Meredith, let's go over your script. You did a good job converting your narrative to a script, and you even put in a shot. That was good. So you were kind of visualizing what was going to happen. The only thing that I see that you could have improved on a little bit, and I had it up, where you said, "Why has this guy been hiding? Oh, why has this guy been hiding this whole time?" Weston asked himself. You might have just had Weston ask him that, like, I don't know if I can. Let's change that to dialogue and our character to Weston. So you could have taken some of your thoughts, your action, and actually put it into dialogue. Calvin explained that he and his parents never got along well, and that they never stopped fighting with each other. And so he said that he just couldn't take it anymore. And so you could have this be a character. It'll change it for me when I switch it here. And put it in however you hear Calvin's voice. Why wouldn't they look for you? And you might say, well, we need it in dialogue here. Well, and, grammatically it would be my parents and I, but that's not how we do oral language. So he might say, well, me and my parents, me and my parents never get along. Me and my parents never get along. That doesn't. How about? They barely even notice me because they never stop. They never stop fighting with each other. So you could have taken some of this, and I want you to, when you go to, next time you go to the movies, I want you to notice the dialogue. I was watching on Netflix the other day, 3 Days to Kill, which was a really good movie, with one of my sons. They like action movies. And I was going to pay attention to the dialogue. And I was surprised at how little dialogue there was in the whole movie. And also remember this about dialogue. Dialogue is not conversation. And I hope as you were writing the screenplay, you could see that dialogue, every bit of dialogue in a movie has a purpose. So there is no chit-chat or how we normally make conversations. It's just purposeful. Sometimes it might seem rude if people were actually talking that way to each other. But dialogue is not conversation. Dialogue is there to move the story along. And, it's important to the story that Calvin tell him that his parents fight. Well, me and my parents never get along. They barely even notice me because they never stop fighting with each other. Okay, he said he couldn't take it anymore and he couldn't stay. How about, I just can't take it anymore. I had to get out of there. I had to get out of there because, how about, it's hard to think about Calvin's voice. It's 10 months until I'm 18. And that is 10 months too long. Weston shared with him that he didn't always get along well with his parents. Okay, so we'll have our next character, Weston. And his dialogue is, let's see, Weston shared with him that he didn't always get along with his parents either in hopes to make Calvin feel better. And maybe for our parenthetical, so Weston will know how to act, we could put sympathetically. And I have no idea if that's spelled correctly. And so Weston could say, I don't always get along with my parents either, but I've never thought about running away. So I guess what could he guess? But I've never thought about running away, so I guess it must be pretty bad at your house. And I don't know if a guy would say pretty bad. And since we've got Weston starting again, we'll just have him start here. But Calvin, I bet your parents love you. So that you could have taken some of your explanation and turned it into dialogue. And here the two talked for the next hour. It took a lot of convincing. You could put that in, or you could have put in a shot showing them sitting by the campfire talking. Maybe, Calvin could be crying, or they could pray together, something to get through that they talked a lot. Okay, Calvin, thank you. He walked his front door and Weston drove home with windows. And see, here you have an explanation, and you could have had a new character, Weston's mom. Did you get any doves? And we need that to be our dialogue. And Weston. And he's going to say, nope. But I did get I don't know, some understanding. And then our parenthetical, I'm trying to put my parentheses. We don't have to do that with this. He goes up and hugs his parents. And so that's just some suggestions about how you could have worked that narrative a little more into dialogue. And I know this is an introduction to writing for you, and hopefully you've enjoyed doing some of this narrative writing and seeing how screenplays are written. For your next assignment, we're going to go back to a compare and contrast essay. I don't know if you've done that in any of your classes before, so we're going to go back more to informational writing, more college and career type writing. Also, I wanted to find out if you have taken the ACT yet and what your writing score was on that, or your English score. So, and you could have even put this in some dialogue, started seeing a family counselor, and there's a typo right there, and their lives improved dramatically. You could have had the mom call or something, so you can convert a few more things to dialogue than you did. But I'm giving you full credit. It was a great effort, and it was an introduction to screenplay writing. You have 6 scenes here, and I think you did a good job with it. Let me know if you've taken the ACT. I'm going to be sending you a compare and contrast video. We're going to start working on that. We'll do it in 2 ways. We'll start with, I think the video starts with the block, and then we will take that same essay and turn it into a point by point. So you're going to be doing research for 2 essays. So you'll be using the same research on both essays. All right, that is the end of the video.